everyone. It's so good to see you. And for those that are new to my channel, the Baking Diva, thanks for stopping by. And for my regular subscribers, you know I love you and appreciate all of you. Well, St. Patrick's Day is right around the corner, and the last few videos I've done have been related to St. Patrick's Day. I did a quiz, I did Irish soda bread muffins, but you know, a popular food in Ireland is potatoes, and they call it spuds. That's what they call potatoes in Ireland. So I decided today I'm gonna make you potato soup, but it's just not your regular potato soup. I'm calling it shortcut potato soup. You don't have to sit there and peel those potatoes and cut them up and boil them. Nah, this is a hack. And we have to thank the manufacturers who make those nice refrigerated packs of already made mashed potatoes. Or if you have a dinner and you have leftover mashed potatoes, this is perfect for that. Such a time saver and so delicious. So I'm gonna now leave you and go over to the stove, because everything I'm gonna do in a stock pot on top of the oven, because that's where we're doing this, on the oven top. And this way you'll be able to see exactly what I'm doing, and when I'm done, I will be right back here to do a taste testing. So stay tuned. Okay, so I did my best to focus the camera on the stock pot, and in there I have put 2 tablespoons of butter. Hopefully you can see that. Now I'm going to turn on the gas, and I am going to melt the butter. I have it on medium-high heat. I have a whisk ready to use here, and I also have in my bowl 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. Now I will put the recipe for you down below in that more box so you'll have it, but you'll see it's pretty darn easy. So this, now I'm melting the butter in here. Now after I melt the butter in my Dutch oven, I'm going to sprinkle the flour over the butter, and I'm going to cook it for 30 seconds to a minute until it's lightly golden, and I'm going to whip it constantly while I'm doing that. So I'm waiting now for the butter to melt in there. I have it on medium-high heat. This is so delicious. Oh, and now I guess I should tell you now that I purchased a package of bacon. Now it's the pre-cooked bacon that you cook in the microwave, and I got a box of it. I'll put the size box in the recipe, and I have already cooked that and drained it in my microwave. I'll bring this dish over and hopefully you can see it. So this is the entire box of the bacon. So you can do that first. This way you'll have it all ready for when you're ready to serve your soup. Now, the butter's melting in here. Can you hear it sizzling? All right. So I have my 3 tablespoons of my all-purpose flour ready. So I'm going to sprinkle it now over the butter, just like that. And then with my whisk, I'm going to keep mixing it up until it's lightly golden. Just kind of whisk it around in there. Whisk it constantly until it's lightly golden. It isn't going to take you very long at all. I'll try to hold it up so you can see. See how that's turning lightly golden? So you're not going to have too much in there. Just keep whisking and whisking. Starting to turn a nice light gold now. Okay. If anybody's interested, I bought my shirt from Temu. I bought two of them, one gray one and one red one, and they have the eyelashes on them, and with a little heart under it, it says "Hello, gorgeous." Okay, so I think this is done. You're only doing it for 30 seconds or a minute. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to slowly whisk my chicken broth in there. And I have 2 cups of low sodium chicken broth. Now if you need more, you can use more. But the recipe does call for 2 cups. And I'm also going to add whole milk to this. 2 cups of whole milk. So I'll put that in just as I did with the chicken broth. Okay. And now I'm going to bring the mixture to a simmer. And I'm going to continue to cook it until it thickens. And I'm going to whisk it occasionally. Now, you heard me say earlier that the secret to a shortcut on this is to buy your ready-made refrigerated potatoes. And I know they have several different brands. They have Bob Evans. I bought another one. I forget, it's Nature's something. But after I took it out of the package and took the foil off it, this is what it looks like. So hopefully you can see that. Whoopsie. And that is actually a 24-ounce package of the either your leftover mashed potatoes or the package. I think I did buy Nature's Promise. Bob Evans is good too. So whichever you want, as long as it's 24 ounces. So I'm just going to whisk this occasionally. Until it's going to be soupy, but until it thickens. So I have it on just a low heat. So I know a lot of people make their longer version of potato soup, and it has more chunky potatoes in it, but trust me, this is delicious. Wait till you see what I'm going to put in it, and wait till you see when I do my taste testing. So delicious! Does anybody make their traditional corned beef and cabbage for St. Patrick's Day? We're going to my daughter's, so my son-in-law likes to cook. So he does that every year. But then not everyone likes corned beef and cabbage, so they usually have a couple of other dishes too. Alrighty. This is interesting because basically you can have this ready in about 20 minutes. So, you know, if you work, get home from work and you have the ingredients, it's not going to take you long to make this soup. And if you do decide to make it for St. Patrick's Day, well, St. And you can always have it as an appetizer, or you can have it with your meal. Let me move this over. Okay. So I'm just giving that a chance to get a little bit hotter. Hotter. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe. I'd love to have you. Most of you know that I make both sweet and savory. Whoops, I'm just looking in there. I make both sweet and savory recipes. I'll do some reviews once in a while. Holidays. Just a couple of other like fun things I like to throw in there, just to keep the channel interesting. I mean, you can bake and have fun at the same time, right? I always tell you that. You don't have to be a serious baker. So I just have to wait till this thickens. Now, once it's thickened, I'm going to stir in the mashed potatoes, whisking them thoroughly to remove any lumps. So let me bring that over now. So I'll have it ready with a spoon. And I will put the recipe down below for you. You should use whole milk for this recipe. It works best with that. Everybody's hungry here in my house, so we're waiting for this to get done so we can sit down and have a bowl of it. Going over to my daughter's for St. Patrick's Day. Well, we're actually going the day before on Saturday, because my oldest grandson, his birthday is on St. Patrick's Day, Sunday. He'll be 21. Oh my gosh, 21! Where did the time go? And I asked him, I said, Jake, what kind of cake would you like? And he surprised me. He said he wanted red velvet with cream cheese icing. So that's what he's getting. A red velvet bundt cake with cream cheese icing. And I'll probably make, I don't know, maybe some cake pops or some brownies, just for those that maybe don't like red velvet. Try to please everybody. Takes a little while to thicken because it has to get nice and hot. So is anybody doing anything fun for St. Patrick's Day? You going out to celebrate? You're gonna have some green beer. Going to an Irish pub where they have music. We're staying home on Sunday, St. Patrick's Day, and we'll celebrate on Saturday at my daughter's. Okay, this is starting to thicken now. It's very hot and it's starting to thicken. Whisk it periodically because you don't want it to burn. Okay, it seems to be thick enough for me. So now I'm going to spoon all of my mashed potatoes, all 24 ounces of them, into my soupy broth and milk here. And once I get them all in here, let me get this going. I'm going to whisk them thoroughly to get a lot of the lumps out of there. See how easy this is? This is, I forget what I said, Nature's Promise Yukon Gold mashed potatoes. Usually I'll buy, if I'm not going to make my own, I'll buy the, I made a mess here. Usually I'll buy my own, and I like the Bob Evans, and they come in all different flavors. So I'm mixing this to get the lumps out of it. I'm going to season it with some salt and a little pepper. And I'm also going to put in there a teaspoon of dehydrated minced onion, just like that. All right, so let me keep mixing this. And once I get this mixed a little bit, I'm gonna add in, now the recipe calls for the recipe calls for 1 cup of finely shredded cheddar cheese, but you want to split it in half. So right now I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of the cheddar cheese. Now you can use the cheddar jack cheese. It tells you to use the fine cheese, but I used what I had. And that's what I'm sticking with. So let me just mix that a little bit. Okay, meanwhile, while that is thickening a little bit, the bacon that I showed you, like this, I'm gonna crumble it up. I'm going to crumble it up in pieces, so when I remove the soup from the heat, the soup, if it's too thick, you can add a little bit more chicken broth, but you want to divide it into 4 servings, and then we want to garnish it, so we're going to use this bacon to do that. I also have some chopped up chives, and I have some sour cream that I'm going to garnish this with. Check this and see if this is thick. Oh yeah. It's not going to be super thick, but it's getting thick. Can you see that? Now, if it's too thick, you can add a little water, or you can add a little bit more of the chicken broth, but I think mine's going to be fine. I think this is thick enough now, so I'm going to turn off the gas. I'm going to get my bowl ready. We're going to go over to the island, and I'm going to show you how I like to serve this, and we'll do a taste testing. So stay tuned. Okay, I'm back. So I have a bowl, and in here I have my remainder of cheddar cheese. I have some chopped chives. I have my crumbled up bacon, and I have some light sour cream. So what I'm going to do now is put some of this, oh yeah, yummy potato soup in the bowl. Oh yeah, this is going to be good. Oh yeah. It's supposed to make 4 servings. Some of this in. Okay, I'll put a little more because I want to take a nice picture for you. Alrighty, look at that. Woohoo! Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of cheese on top. Look at that. Oh yeah. I'll put some crumbled bacon on there. We have plenty of bacon, so we don't have to be stingy. No, no, no. And who doesn't love bacon? Look at that. I'm going to put a few chives on there. Some nice green onions on there. A little more bacon. Okay, come on, more bacon. Can never have enough bacon, that's for sure. Look at that. Yummy, yummy. A little more cheese. This looks delicious. Alrighty. Looks good to me. Alright. So, let me move the camera over. And this way you can see me, and I'll put a picture of this in for you, and we'll do a taste testing. Now, this is optional, but I like to garnish it with a little light sour cream. So I'm going to squirt some of that right in the middle. Oh yeah. That looks delicious. All right, so now it's time for a taste testing for our shortcut potato soup. I call it loaded potato soup. So let's go. Mmm. 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 Very good. Outside of not having those big chunks of potatoes in it, it's delicious. Mmm. Mmm. So good. Mmm. So, I'm going to finish eating this. I'm going to call the family up to give them a bowl and see what they think. So, give it a try. I hope you like it. If you make it, let me know. And if you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up and make a comment. And don't forget to subscribe. And if I don't see you before, have a happy St. Patrick's Day. Eringo Bra. Toodles!